Alright there guys, and welcome back to another Dayz tutorial. So imagine you're running a first person server, you set your server up first person, but you would like any vehicles that you use to be able to be used in third person. Well, there's a mod called Vehicles 3PP, and once you've installed that mod, it'll generate you a config that looks something like this that you can see there. Now, I want to talk to you about how you can actually save yourself a lot of time. Now, if you read the workshop description, you'll see this, but a lot of people won't read the workshop description. They just look at the mod, think that looks good, and install it. Where, quite often in the description, there can be some quite key information that you need to do, or that you probably should do. Now, when you get this config, you'll get something like this. Now, common sense, people look at this and think, okay, here's a list of vehicles. These are the vehicles that we can use in third person mode. So if I want my modded vehicles to be in third person mode, I need to add them to this list too. And that's perfectly fine. You can do that. It will work. But, that could take you a bit of time depending on how many vehicles you got. Where instead of adding vehicles to this list, just remove them. All you need to do is, even these vanilla ones, so once you get this config, don't add nothing to it, just take them away. Just highlight all the vehicles, including the quotation marks, the commas at the end. Delete them, but don't delete the open and close bracket. Instead, just close them up. So it looks like that. Just close it up, delete them vehicles out of there. Driver only, I think by default this is true. If you want your passengers to be able to use third person mode, change the word true to the word false. And that's it. Save the file. Do make sure you have stopped your server. Once you saved your file, restart your server. If you're kind of using some sort of FTP program where you've got to download this file before you can edit it and then re-upload it, make sure you've re-uploaded the new save file before you start your server. But yeah, when you next get in game, you'll actually get all your vehicles in third person. Now, this will save you time in two ways. One, you're not sitting there adding a list of vehicles to this whitelist. And two, a lot of people, they'll add more mods, right, down the line. So you can imagine maybe 3 months, 6 months, a year's time, you want to add some more vehicles to your server. Well, if you add in the list of vehicles in the whitelist, you've got to come back and spend more time in this config file, adding all the other new modded vehicles to your server. But doing it this way, you only need to deal with this config once. You don't need to come back here. You don't need to add any more vehicles. You don't need to remove any more vehicles. Just simply, once you first install this mod, remove the vehicles that you got in here, save it, upload it, and you're done with this config. You do not need to come back to it. So you go, you save yourself time in two ways. If we quickly go to the workshop page, so it's called Vehicles 3PP. Just scroll down, you've got your description, you've got your little configuration file, and this is just the file that I just copied for you for this tutorial. But just underneath this, allow all vehicles in third person. You can see exactly what they've done there is what I showed you. Remove the vehicles from the whitelist. And yeah, that's simply it. That's all you need to do. 30 seconds, probably not even that. Maybe if you've got to use FTP to download and re-upload this, it could take you a good couple of minutes. But, a good couple of minutes versus probably 10, 15, 20 minutes, even longer, depending on how many vehicles, it's a big save. Right, anyway, that's it. Until next time, guys, have fun and peace out.